I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Chicagoland. Cody Burke and Bradley James on the front row. Jeremy Queener, Edmund Jones on the second row. Chad Jeffries, Clay Kirchenbauer on the third row. Kirk Marble, Jacob Morgan on the fourth row. Austin Ruskoff and Colby Whipple rounding out the top 10. Randy Sample starts in 11th, next to Malachi Martin in 12th. Richard Cragen and William Mann Jr. 13th and 14th. Richie Joplin, Patrick Pieper 15th and 16th. Brian Hewitt, Randy Cawthon 17th and 18th. Larry Waits in 19th. Ryan McDaniel starting in 20th. Tyler Ott, Eric Walkowiak starting 21st and 22nd. Mark Dantuma, Joshua Rudolph 23rd and 24th. David Lux and Joey Gregory round out the field. And everybody getting stacked up on the grid. Pixel Hangout saying it'll be Bradley James to victory lane. We'll see if he can get that payday car into victory lane tonight. Pace car leads them off. Like one driver having a little problem getting going there. Yeah, and that was Eric Walkowiak. Since he took Bob Ross off the car, just has not been as good. Hopefully he'll get Bob back on the car soon. Hey, good evening, Matika. We saw the Dominator win Sunday night in SMR. Can he do it twice this week? He has a 50% win ratio, over 50% win ratio in SMR. He could do it here in C12. Let's find out. The green flag flies. We're underway at Chicagoland. Bradley James gets a great start into turn one. There you can see that backstretch is curved. They come down it. Cody Burke sends it deep into three. James, though, fighting back up top, and the caution is out on lap one. It looks like there may have been a problem with Brian Hewitt. The drivers were talking in pre-race. The car is on the loose side. You factor in 900 horsepower in a loose race car. Anything could happen. Let's see what it was. There's Brian Hewitt in the 19 going off. Holy cow! Looked like William Mann Jr. and Patrick Pieper had a problem. Hewitt couldn't avoid. See if we can see what happened up ahead. William Mann Jr. got a bump, looked like from Beeper. All right, looking down from the blimp. Yeah, Beeper just pushes William Mann Jr. into turn 3. Brian Hewitt, the only one back behind, getting caught up. Tyler Ott, Mark Dantuma, William Mann Jr., Patrick Beeper, Joshua Rudolph, all coming to pit road. Of course, Beeper, William Mann Jr., and Brian Hewitt all needing repairs. A bumpy start to the night. The lights go out on the pace car. Everybody stacks back up for the restart. Several drivers who managed to avoid that incident, picking up a lot of spots. Randy Cawthon, Larry Waits, Ryan McDaniel, Eric Walkowiak, Mark Dantuma all pick up 4 spots. Joey Gregory picks up 6 spots, and David Lux up 7 spots. Expect a little bit of chaos here tonight, but hopefully things will smooth out from here. Pace car dives into pit road. And the green flag flies. They are back underway. Whoa, Clay Kirchenbauer shot way up the track. Clay is losing ground quickly. And the 23 car up top. This could be Clay playing a little bit of strategy, conserving the tires. Setting up the track on the restart like he did. Not a good sign. All 26 cars still on track and still in the lead lap as Bradley James just set the fastest lap so far in second. Track temperature still holding at 113 for the moment, but as we mentioned, as this race goes on, it is liable to go up substantially. Edmund Jones now in third, Jeremy Queener in fourth, C.J. Jeffries in fifth. Kirk Marble sporting a new paint. Nope, sorry. That is C.J. Jeffries' new paint scheme tonight. Caught me off guard with that one. Kirk Marble in his usual 16 paint. Colby Whipple now 3 spots into 7. Jacob Morgan currently runs in 8th. Clay Kirchenbauer in 9th. And Richie Joplin up to 10th. Richie did say before the race he hates this track but loves this car. Colby Whipple now has the fastest lap at the moment, 30.92. Patrick Pieper up into 14th after his up into 15th after his early incident. Eric Walkowiak up to 14th, make that 13th. Walkowiak already up 9 spots. Maybe Eric does not need Bob Russ on the car. CJ Jeffries has had a problem. The caution is out. Let's see what happened to CJ. Kirk Marble drops to the bottom right behind CJ. Just gets a better run out of the trioval. Gets into CJ's bumper. Fortunately, everybody manages to get by. And CJ manages to keep it out of the wall. Great save. And they're coming in to top off on fuel. Likely not to see very many tire changes here. It's likely going to be a fuel-only stop. A few drivers staying out. Colby Whipple, Richie Joplin, Austin Ruskoff, Randy Sample, William Mann Jr., Ryan McDaniel, and Brian Hewitt all stay out. Cody Burke missed his stop. He had to back it up. And I did see tires going on Bradley James. Looks like several of them are taking tires. Bit of a surprise to see so many drivers taking 4 tires this early. David Lux stopped for fuel only, picks up a ton of positions. He is now up 16 spots in the 9th. Lux is dropping back. Did he get a penalty? Man, after that big gain, David Lux appears to have sped off pit road. And it does look like Lux is going to the tail. But now our fearless leader, Colby Whipple, will start out front. As we said during pre-race, Colby has been getting fast in these cars. He does appear to be loving them. And it definitely shows. He's been fast in the first 2 races of the season. He's been up in contention the whole time. Richie Joplin also back up to the front on the outside. Highest running car on fresh tires is 9th place, Bradley James. Will he be able to capitalize on those fresh tires and make it to the front? Whipple in control on the restart. Pace car dives to pit road. And the green flag flies. They are back underway. Whipple quickly clears traffic. Everybody coming up to speed through 1 and 2. Surprisingly, nobody has hit the turn 2 wall yet. Saw a lot of that in practice. Oh, wreck in turn 3. Ryan McDaniel involved. The caution is back out. Ryan had made his way up into the top 10. Man, it all went wrong there. Let's see what happened. Ryan turns down into 3, comes across. Cody Burks knows and goes for a spin. Whoa, Pieper catches some air. Look to see who else catches a piece of this one. Morgan barely makes it by. Cragen catches a piece of it. Obviously, Patrick Pieper catching some air. And a bumpy start for several drivers. Edmund Jones is going to pit road. Patrick Pieper had to tow it in. Ryan McDaniel's also going to pit road. Clay Kirchenbauer and Richard Cragen also going in. Everybody else stays out. Eric Walkowiak now up 13 spots into 9th. Richie Joplin up 13 spots into 2nd. Colby Whipple up 9 spots into the lead. William Mann Jr. also up 9 spots into 5th. William Mann Jr. got caught up in that lap 1 incident, but has made his way back toward the front. Bradley James, surprisingly, even with fresh tires, has only picked up 1 spot since the last restart. Of course, they did not get a full lap in. As they stack back up, Whipple still in control. And what do you say we go ahead and give it a whirl, see if we can make a little noise. You ever wondered what 25 900 horsepower cars sound like going around the track? You're about to find out when the green flag drops. I'm going to shut up and let you guys crank it up. All right, here we go. Out of turn 4, pace car dives in. And the green flag flies. Crank it up, y'all. That just makes me wish I had surround sound speakers on my computer, because, man, that is awesome. Colby Whipple still has the lead and is actually putting a little space between him and Richie. Meanwhile, back in 7th, Bradley James set the fastest lap of 30.86. Eric Walkowiak now. Oh, we've got Whipple is in the wall. The caution is out. What in the world just happened to the leader? It looks like Whipple got into the wall in turn 3. Ouch, a big hit into the wall. Is backing up just a little bit more. Oh, Whipple gets hit again. I believe that was Jeremy Queener. Back straightaway. Looks like he just went a hair too deep and a hair too high. Gets into the wall. He manages to keep it out of the racing line. But Queener comes up. Beeper got very close. Man, a heartbreak for Colby. Good evening, David. How are you? That was Jeremy Queener that ran into Colby. He is getting his car fixed. Remember, they only have one fast repair. A lot of drivers have already used theirs. That does give the lead to Richie Joplin. Ryan McDaniel getting a lap back here. That does put Ryan back on the lead lap, back into the fight. Richie Joplin, Cody Burke, Eric Walkowiak, Austin Ruskoff, and Mark Dantuma. Now your top 5. Jacob Morgan, Tyler Ott, Kirk Marble, Malachi Martin, and David Lux, the top 10. Looks like Clay Kirchenbauer must have caught a piece of it. He has been on pit road an extended time, as has William Mann Jr. and Richard Cragen. They are all rolling now, trying to get off pit road without losing a lap. As the lights go out, the field begins to stack back up. Eric Walkowiak is the biggest mover at the moment, of 19 spots to 3rd, but right behind him, Dantuma up 18 spots to 5th. Right behind him, Tyler Ott up 14 spots into 7th. Early cautions have allowed a few drivers to sneak through the chaos and pick up a lot of positions here tonight. All right, Richie Joplin in control of the restart. Pace car is in. Here they come. The green flag is back out. Richie very quickly between him and the Dominator, and the caution is already out. Bradley James and Patrick Pieper involved. Bradley had been up out front. He was the fastest in practice. This is a huge setback for him. All right, let's see what happened to Bradley in the number 4 payday car. Oh, looks like he came down. Ouch, Pieper may be done for the night. Let's take a look at this from the blimp. I think Bradley came across the nose of the car below him. He gets a good run on the restart. Yep, he comes down across the 47. Pieper has nowhere to go. Oh, and then they get together in the infield. Richie Joplin holds the lead for the moment. The Dominator in second. Whipple is getting his lap back. Hey, good evening, Tina. How are you? Only a few cars left, not on the lead lap. Ryan McDaniel and Colby Whipple have both gotten back to the lead lap. Richard Cragen and Clay Kirchenbauer back on pit road for extended repairs. Randy Sample has come to pit road. I have no earthly idea what Walkowiak is doing. Looks like he is getting stacked back up. Edmund Jones, after being involved in one of the early incidents, has pulled back up into the top 10. Malachi Martin now up into 9th. David Lux now up into 8th. On his way to the front as well, Joey Gregory in the 15 car. He is up 15 spots into 11th. Randy Cawthon and Larry Waits up 6 spots. Randy in 12th, Larry in 14th. And Brian Hewitt, who got destroyed in that first incident, is back up into 13th. Richie Joplin in control of the restart. Once again, pace car is in. And the green flag flies again at Chicagoland. Patrick Pieper has been on pit road getting the car fixed. And the caution is already back out. And it looks like Pieper and Sample involved. Usually we don't see this much chaos except for short tracks. Let's see what in the world just happened. Pieper coming off pit road. Oh, Pieper came up on the track. Looking down from the blimp. Everybody restarted. Pieper has to go to the back straightaway. He just comes up right in front of the 47, and several cars catch a piece of it. Well, that's going to take a while. The Pixel Hangout, thanks for coming by, buddy. It's great to see you again, and have a great night. Well, CJ, I hate to see you cutting out soon, but I completely understand, buddy. Sorry, with everything going on, it took me a minute to read it. Richie is hiding inside the pace car. Might be the safest place on track. Alright, lights are out on the pace car. You know, we did the crank it up earlier, and as long as we were doing that, everybody was pointed the right way and no incidents. They continue to have problems. Next restart, we'll just do the crank it up cam and I'll have to shout over it. I'm sure he won't, CJ. You never know, though. All right, here they come through 3 and 4. Pace car dives back in. Richie in control. He fires. The green is back in the air. Worth noting, Tyler Ott is now 16 spots into 5th place. Austin Ruskoff having a great run as well, up to 4th. A lot of drivers coming through the field here early. Speaking of coming through the field, Brian McDaniel, involved in that early incident, got turned around, went a lap down and has recovered, back up into 18th. Colby Whipple in the same situation. He has just got back to the lead lap in back in 20th. Richie Joplin can't hold the lead. The Dominator goes to the lead. Here comes Walt Kowiak for second. Cody out front, but Walt Kowiak is coming. Tyler Ott now into 3rd. Richie starting to fade. Jacob Morgan now up into 4th. And Kirk Marble, the first driver to go to the apron. here tonight did say in practice they would all be going to the apron on the front stretch. It unsettles the car too much. Malachi Martin back in 11th. Randy Cawthon and Brian Hewitt right behind him. Hewitt having a great comeback, as is Clay Kirchenbauer. Kirchenbauer now back up into 13th. Joey Gregory holds on in 14th. William Mann Jr. in 15th. Looks to the high side. Now cuts low down the backstretch. Bradley James has slipped back to 17th after being caught up in that earlier incident. But again, he was the fastest car in practice, so don't expect him to be back there long. Cody Berg still in the lead, but has been unable to get away. Eric Wolkowiak in second, stays within striking distance, but Tyler Ott now has a run. Wolkowiak trying to fight back up top. Jacob Morgan lurking right behind. Eric holds on to second. Edmund Jones has made his way back into 6th. Luck shoots to the bottom. That was a power move by Lux. Out of turn 4 into 1. He takes the spot. Edmund trying to hold on. Up top, Kirk Marble right behind. Richie Joplin is now faded back into 9th. Malachi Martin not far behind in 10th. Clay Kirchenbauer in 11th. Brian Hewitt in 12th, also moving forward. Wolkowiak pulls closer to the leader. I think the Dominator may have his hands full tonight. Both Ott and Wolkowiak have a ton of speed, but this is a race where the tire wear is going to be crucial. We know Cody can make those tires last and still go fast. These guys are going to have to find a way to do the same. Malachi Martin and Clay Kirchenbauer have just about caught the group ahead of them. And at the moment, both Malachi and Clay are faster than the top 10. Whoa, Malachi got wicked loose out of 2. Clay shoots by up top. Surprised to see Clay. This track, that outside line is very, very fast. Surprised Clay is not running right up by the wall. There he goes. And you see that big run up top. He almost got to the outside on Richie coming out of turn 2. Lux is way loose just ahead. Oh, Lux gets the wall out of 4. This group from about 6th place on back. Just a dogfight here. Kirk looking under Edmund, but Kirk gets loose. That bottom line out of turn 2 has been loose all night long. place said the worst night he has had in a long time. Tyler Ott, Eric Wilco, Ott's loose out of 2. That bottom line out of 2 is going to be very, very tough to make a move once the tires get warm. And Jacob Morgan goes to 3rd. Eric fighting back up top, but Morgan is going to 2nd. While they battle back behind, Cody Burke has pulled out to a 1.1 second lead. And 3 wide out of 4, Ott gets the wall. Wow, what a save. And Ott keeps his foot in and goes back to 2nd place. It's getting crazy up here. Kirk Marble right there in the fight, and that group led by Edmund Jones, they've caught up to this battle as well. It's now 2nd place, back to about 10th, where Austin Ruskoff is, all right there together. Kirk Marble looks underneath. Tyler Ott for 2nd now. Kirk came in on lap 11. He did take tires. While Kowiak still trying to fight his way forward. Now Edmund Jones is there while Kowiak starting to blink. Drivers looking at 30 to 35 laps on fuel. Pit stops just began. Austin is in. Like I said, 30 to 35 laps on a fuel run, but all of those caution laps will extend it. Tyler Ott in 3rd as we've got 3 wide for 4th. Richie Joplin is in. Edmund Jones now battling with Walkowiak for 2nd. Morgan backed out for the moment. Clay Kirchenbauer's now up to 6th. Clay has been fighting his way back all night, and so far, it is working. While Kowiak gets the wall, he loses a couple of spots. David Lux now back up into 7th. Eric back to 8th. Malachi Martin in 9th. Randy Sample in 10th. Randy in a battle as well. And look who else is coming forward. Colby Whipple is coming. Joey Gregory still marching forward. Bradley James goes to the apron. Only the 2nd driver we've seen do it. I'm sorry, that was. Definitely getting crazy, close to their first green flag stop of the night. Richie Joplin and Austin Ruskoff are back on track. Randy Colton just came to pit road. Look at the difference those fresh tires on Austin's car are having. He is blasting by. Joey Gregory has also just come in. And yeah, the tire fall off is getting big. Kirk Marble in seconds, fastest lap of 30.98. Last time by 32.61. David Lux has come to pit road now as well. Edmund Jones looks underneath Tyler on. That's the battle for third. Clay right behind him. Tyler Ott has come to pit road. Cody Burke's lead continuing to grow, now over 2 seconds. Kirk Marble is in. Getting to pit road here at Chicagoland under green flag can get a bit tricky. Eric Wolkowiak has made his pit stop. Larry Waits is in. Ryan McDaniel is on pit road. Edmund Jones is headed in. Cody Burke is in. Clay Kirchenbauer will take the lead. Bradley James now back up into second. Randy Sample in third. Colby Whipple in fourth. Jacob Morgan has completed his stop. Cody Burke on his way back out. Edmund Jones, Ryan McDaniel also on the way back out. Clay Kirchenbauer's last on pit road, lap 26. And with those cautions, I'm sure he's got a few more laps before he'll need to come in for fuel. Austin Ruskoff at the moment, the highest running driver who has completed his stop. Austin in 10th, Richie right behind in 11th. Remember, they were the first two to pit road. Colby Whipple is in. Austin Ruskoff, Richie Joplin just got themselves back on the lead lap. Bradley James and Randy Sampler. Whoa, Bradley, hold on to her. Hopefully he got it down to pit road speed. Cody Burke going to the high side. 3 wide through 3 and 4. He has the fresher tires and goes by to take 9. Meanwhile, Clay continues to turn laps. Joshua Rudolph, William Mann Jr., Brian Hewitt, Richard Craig in your top 5. They have not been in yet. Mark Dantuma is in. And Clay gives up the lead. He is on pit road. Joshua Rudolph on his way in. William Mann, Brian Hewitt coming in. And Richard Cragen will take the lead. Cragen likely looking for bonus points, but he'll have to stay out one more lap. He was not scored as a leader at the start-finish line. And now Cragen will pick up the bonus points. It's going to be huge later in the season. Every point you can score in the early season makes life a lot easier later on. Cody Burke is now back up into second place. 11.3 seconds out of the lead. Kirk Marble in third. Richie in fourth. Austin in fifth. Tyler Ott in 6th, Eric Wolkowiak in 7th, David Lux currently in 8th, Bradley James in 9th, Edmund Jones in 10th, Jacob Morgan back in 11th, Clay Kirchenbauer in 12th, Colby Whipple in 13th, Malachi Martin in 14th, Joey Gregory in 15th, Randy Sample in 16th, Randy Cawthon in 17th, Joshua Rudolph currently 18th, William Mann Jr. in 19th, Mark Dantuma in 20th. Larry Waits, Brian Hewitt, and Ryan McDaniel round out the lead lap cars. Jeremy Queener on pit road, CJ Jeffries and Patrick Pieper out early. Richard Cragen has gone to pit road, giving the lead back to Cody Burke just past the halfway point. Joey Gregory has had a problem. Joey's a little bit loose. Coming out of turn 2, he gets a little love tap from behind. He does recover, but man, Joey was charging early, just lost a lot of ground. Cody Burke still has the lead. Kirk Marble in second. Third place, Richie Joplin about 4.2 seconds back. Austin Ruskoff back in fourth, about 1 second back from Richie, and he has Tyler Ott on his bumper. Tyler Ott does have the fresher tires. Between the two of them, he should be able to get by Austin fairly easily. Bradley James now back up to 6th. Eric Walkowiak in 7th. Edmund Jones has moved back to 8th. Blake Kirchenbauer back up into 9th. David Lux in 10th. Blake Kirchenbauer spent a lot of time on pit road under those early cautions, having been caught up in one of them, avoided using his fast repair, kept getting that car more and more fixed every caution, and it's paid off as he has continued to fight his way forward. This is definitely Clay's kind of track. You gotta be careful with the tires. The car is loose how he likes it, and it is a highline dominant track. Like Chicagoland was made for Clay Kirchenbauer. Kirk Marble in 2nd, still within striking distance of Cody Burke, about 4/10 of a second back. In all the leagues these two run together, we've seen them finish 1-2 a bunch of times. In fact, during practice, I heard a lot of the drivers saying, after Cody Burke joined, they all said they were racing for 2nd. A lot of these drivers consider it a win, finishing 2nd behind the Dominator. I really think somebody should make Cody a paint scheme for either Sunday or Wednesday nights that just says the Dominator on the back bumper. And folks, don't forget, tonight's race will be on YouTube tomorrow in 4K, so make sure you check it out. Yes, folks, we are putting the races. Oh, Kirk is way out of shape. Kirk had a big loose out of turn 2, and he has lost some ground. He kept his foot in it, and David Lux has had a problem. There's David Lux coming out of 2. Wow. He was big loose out of 2. Smack that outside wall. Goes through the grass. He does get it back on track, but he has taken it to pit road for repairs. As I was saying, folks, all the races have started going to YouTube in 4K, so go watch and enjoy them. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and the YouTubes. Oh, Bradley James just had a big problem. What in the world just happened there? Clay is going to shoot by it. Oh, Clay's in the wall. Let's see if we can get a shot. See if we can get a shot of what happened to Bradley. Looked like he likely just got big loose out of 2, but let's see if we can take a look. All right, there's Bradley coming out of turn 2. The lap before, it looks like. He is right up on the edge, through 3 and 4. Here goes Bradley back into 1 and 2. On the high side, just above. Oh! The 33 gets loose, hits Bradley. Wow, what a save by both drivers. Bradley has slipped back to 4th, but is still battling with Clay. Gets close, out of turn 2. Wow. Clay Kirchenbauer has now fought his way back up into 3rd place. Don't forget, he's also led a lap tonight, picking up some bonus points as well. Clay has had a rough start to the season. He is back in 23rd. I think tonight is going to be the start of his comeback. Remember, historically, Clay Kirchenbauer does not get fired up until about 5 or 6 races into the season. Historically, he doesn't even win a race until very late in the season. So if he comes home with a podium tonight, the rest of the field ought to worry. Although I think the rest of the field is worried about the Dominator. Out front, Cody Burke has a 1.7 second lead and is extending that lead over Kirk Marble. Clay Kirchenbauer in 3rd is now 7.8 seconds behind Kirk, but he is gaining. Clay, one of the last ones to pit road, has fresher tires than anybody else in the top 10. Richie Joplin holding on to 5th place at the moment. But Edmund Jones is reeling him in. Edmund does have the fresher tires. Where we talked about it earlier on, the tire wear here is pretty aggressive. Cody Burke last pitted, lap 59. His fastest lap tonight, 30.91. Last time by, 32.6. Over a second and a half slower. Pit stops just began. Tyler O'Cleary waits are in. Randy Colton appears to have pitted a lap or 2 before. Kirk Marble in 2nd is losing ground. Now 2 seconds behind. I have to wonder, when we saw him getting out of shape and kissing the wall a few laps ago, did it hurt the car? And is it just me, or did it look like Kirk Marble was in a 4-wheel drift coming out of turn 2? And here he comes. Marble is in. Clay Kirchenbauer will be out a little bit longer. Richie Joplin has just hopped in as well. Austin Ruskoff also on pit road. Most of these drivers said 30 to 35 laps on a tank of fuel. Burke likely to be in the next 4 laps, along with the vast majority of this field. Kirk Marble, Richie Joplin are both back out. Edmund Jones in 4th, Jacob Morgan in 5th. Morgan has also appeared to be very good in these cars. Jacob has been fast every week we have been out here. And it is great to see the old school Jeff Gordon paint back out on track. So Jacob, next week, I think it's time to go to the Rainbow Warrior paint, buddy. Eric Walkowiak gives up 8th. He is in. Malachi Martin in. Holy cow. Well, we did say earlier, getting on pit road here can be tricky. Take a look at Malachi coming in. All right, there is Malachi coming down off the banking, trying to keep as much momentum as possible. We waited too late to get on the brakes. Those yellow cones are where you have to be down to pit road speed. He gets it sideways, but does get it rolling. No impact to the wall, but a big loss of time and momentum. We should see the biggest part of this field in any lap, led in by Cody Burke. Although we do know Cody tends to stretch a lap or two further than anybody else, and I am surprised to see Cody the last couple laps going to the apron, as we mentioned earlier. These cars have been very unstable when they go down to that front stretch apron. In fact, during practice, we saw several cars try it and end up in the outside wall. Clay Kirchenbauer in second, 8 1/4 seconds back. Bradley James now in third. Jacob Morgan in 4th. Randy Sample. Man, Randy has came back from everything tonight. He's been caught up in multiple incidents. Still fighting his way back. Currently in 5th. Edmund Jones is in. Joshua Rudolph now in 8th. Mark D'Antuma has quietly made his way up into 7th. And it is kind of cool to see that singular car out on track again. Jacob Morgan is on pit road. The leader is coming in. Cody Burke is on pit road, and he'll be able to go the distance from here on fuel. Clay Kirchenbauer reassumes the lead. Bradley James now back into second. Randy Sample into third. Colby Whipple back in fourth. And a lot of these drivers are going to need a splash and go of fuel, especially the ones. Bradley James is in. And here comes Whipple. And Lux right behind him. A lot of those drivers who pitted before lap 98, 99 are likely going to need to come in for a splash of fuel before it's all said and done. Kirk Marble is now back into second. He is one of the drivers that will need to top off. Tyler Ott, now in fourth, will also need to top off. He pitted on lap 87. Blake Urchenbauer still leading. He is coming in. He knows he can make it. He is getting those 4 fresh Goodyears now. I believe Kirk Marble will assume the lead next time by. Next time by, Kirk will lead for the first time here tonight. Kirk Marble came into tonight second in points. He already has 1 win. He got the win at Daytona. And is currently just 3 points behind Cody Burke. He's got to get every point possible to stay within striking distance of Burke. And Kirk Marble does lead that time by. Tyler Ott is now up into third. Urchenbauer back out on track in fourth. But Clay has an advantage right now. He is one of only 2 drivers in the top 5 that does not have to make a final fuel stop. Cody Burke came in on lap 99. Clay Urchenbauer 102. Those 2 drivers will not need to make a final fuel stop. Bradley James back in 8th, and Randy Sample in 9th also will not have to make a final stop. Jacob Morgan in 6th, that is a big question mark. He is right on the line. Colby Whipple is back in 13th. He stopped on lap 100. He will be good to go on fuel. Jeremy Queener a lap down, back in 20th, but he may make up a lot of ground. He pitted on lap 103 and is good to go on fuel. So it looks like only a handful of drivers will have to make one more stop. Most of them likely going to be a splash and go. Kirk Marble has a 6-second lead at the moment over Cody Burke, but Burke has the fresher tires by about 10 laps. Tyler Ott in third, but Clay is inching inching closer. Inching is a bad term. Clay is now just 4.3 seconds back. He's already gained 4 seconds on hot in just 6 laps. If the caution comes out, it'll shake up all the strategy. But as they run right now, everybody's spread out. They have been green flags since lap 29. Randy Colton has just come to pit road. Richard Cragen is on his way back out. I'm sorry, Cragen has hit his pit stall. Colton on his way out. Looks like Randy took 4 tires and fuel. He is back in 20th. Richard Cragen now rolling back out. Cragen also taking 4 tires and fuel. Meanwhile, Kirk Marble out front, trying to get Colby Whipple lapped down. Colby currently in 12th place at the tail end of the lead lap. And Tyler Ott is in. This will be his final stop, 4 tires and fuel. 23 laps to go, and it looks like several of these drivers are making those final stops now. Joey Gregory also in. Colby Whipple continues his march. He is back up in 10th. Eric Walkowiak currently in 9th, just ahead. Whipple to his bumper. Colby Whipple now to 9th. He's closing in on Richie. Richie about 5.5 seconds ahead. Meanwhile, second place, Cody Burke. About 3 seconds behind Kirk. He is still closing the gap. Richard Cragen just completed his final stop and has just gone by Burke. Kirk Marble coming by Mark the Man Dantuma. Mark currently in 11th place. Oh, Kirk gets a little squirrely out of 4. Trying to get past Walkowiak. Mark will hold the lead lap for the moment. But that little bobble really hurt Kirk Marble. Cody Burke now 2.1 seconds back. 20 laps to go. Things are going to heat up. Clay Kirchenbauer now in 3rd. 12.6 seconds behind Burke. Clay is gaining a little bit of ground on Cody. Really going to have to pick the pace up if he wants to catch Burke in time to battle him for the win. Randy Sample now in 4th, Bradley James in 5th, Richie Joplin is in. Kirk Marble gives up the lead. They're both in. This will be their final stop. And Cody Burke reassumes the lead. Clay Kirchenbauer now takes second, 12.4 seconds behind the leader. Last time by, Clay was a tenth of a second a lap faster than the Dominator. Malachi Martin is back on pit road. This will be his final stop. Clay Kirchenbauer's biggest hope right now is that Cody Burke gets held up by a lot of lap traffic. Clay about 8.5 seconds ahead of Randy Sample. Bradley James back in fourth. Edmund Jones in fifth, but Jacob Morgan battling him for it. These two drivers are questionable on fuel. Edmund came in lap 97, and Jacob came in lap 98. It's going to be close for both of them. And they definitely need to worry now. Colby Whipple, we know, does not need fuel. He is 8 seconds back and gaining. But Mark Dantuma is in 8 of 15 spots. Dantuma should be okay on fuel. Laps to go. Clay 12.4 seconds back. The lap times between him and Cody Burke have essentially equalized. Colby Whipple back in 7th. But Kirk Marble has just taken 7th. I think Kirk may have taken right sides on his pit stop. He's definitely got some more speed now. Jason, great to see you, buddy. And yes, Clay is definitely going to need a caution to have a shot at the Dominator. That would be a heck of a battle between those two. Ryan McDaniel is in for his final stop. Bradley James is losing ground in 4th. Randy Sample has started to pull away. And now Jacob Morgan has moved to 4th. And Morgan at the moment is the fastest car in the top 5. Jason, he usually does. And it is a heartbreaking night for Ryan McDaniel after last Monday night, it looked like his luck was starting to turn around. He is now back in 23rd. He was up in the top 5 early on in the race, and it looked like he had the speed to hang on to it. But he got turned around a couple of times. It has been a huge setback. Although a gut suspicion tells me we're not long from seeing Ryan back in victory lane. Jacob Morgan in 4th is closing in on Randy Sample. Now just half a second back. Gotta hand it to Randy. Everything he's been through tonight to still be up here in the top 5. And it has been a great comeback for him. Tina, I agree. Clay Kirchenbauer is losing ground to the Dominator. He's now 12.8 seconds back. Cody is getting passed by lap cars on fresher tires, but with 5 laps to go, not much is going to slow him down now. Kirk Marble in 7th is closing in on Edmund Jones. It appears Kirk is the fastest car in the top 10 at the moment. And the battle is on for 3rd. Jacob has gone to Sample. Can he get past? Sample fighting back on the high side, and as we have seen all night, that bottom line out of 2 is sketchy. Wow, congratulations to your son, Jason. That is awesome. And hey, if you missed the race, you can tune in on YouTube. We're now putting the videos out on YouTube in 4K. Kirk Marble has just taken 6th and is closing the gap on Edmund. And Jacob Morgan has finally taken 3rd with 3 laps to go. Meanwhile, Cody Burke gets the 2 to go. Clay Kirchenbauer now 13.3 seconds back. A man, what a comeback for him. And here we go, the white flag flies. One more time around Chicagoland. Cody started on the pole, has led the most laps tonight. He has a 13.4 second lead as he goes off into turn 3. And out of turn 4, Cody the Dominator Burke wins at Chicagoland. Clay Kirchenbauer brings it home in 2nd. And Jacob Morgan with an amazing Late Race Charge will come home in third. Kirk Marble charged back to finish fourth. Almost got back to the podium. Randy Sample held on for fifth. Man, what a race Randy had. Great job by him. And let's see if we can get a word with our top three, starting with Jacob. Jacob, man, congratulations. You're back on the podium tonight. It's been a great start to the season for you.
Yeah, man, that's 2 in a row there.
I gotta
Can't
say,
ask for better than that.
I gotta say, man, you look like you belong in these cars. It just seems like you've got it figured out here, strategy and speed.
Yeah, man, it was all about the long run there, man. Just trying to keep your tires, man, and just keep a hold of them and not burn them things up, man. Just try to make the whole fuel run.
Well, man, you definitely got it done tonight. One heck of a run, one heck of a late race charge, buddy. And it's time to bring back the Rainbow Warrior paint next week.
Got it. Will do, Doug.
All
Thank
right,
you.
buddy. Great job. Clay Kirchenbauer comes home in second. Have a good night, Tina. Clay, I gotta say, man, that was a truly impressive run. I mean, I know you got caught up early, got a little banged up. All those early cautions, you sat on pit road waiting it out, getting it fixed. And when it mattered, you were there charging through, and at one point, running down the Dominator.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Having the damage kind of just allowed me to top off for fuel, which I think helped me with some of the track position. But I think I was fast enough to run top three. I think I would have had something for Kirk there had we got to race it. I don't know if I would have had anything for Cody. I doubt that. But good to get a second place. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. This track and these cars are just so challenging, so difficult. You can spin out going down the straightaway, and it's just a lot of fun. So, congrats to Cody. I got to meet him this weekend, which was pretty cool. So, good run.
Well, man, great job tonight, and great comeback from the early incident. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
And finally, our winner, Cody, the Dominator Burke. Well, the Dominator strikes again, and man, in dominant fashion, I might add.
Yeah, it was another good one. It kind of went the way I expected it to. I didn't expect the amount of cautions we had early on. Kind of threw some of my strategy in a loop, but it all worked out.
It definitely did, man, and a big lead there at the end, over 13 seconds when you crossed the start-finish line. You were just, except for a few times when Kirk or Clay started gaining some ground on you, for the most part, you were just pulling away right from the get-go.
Yeah, the first run, I kind of gave it all I had. That second long run, I had to clutch it to make sure I had enough fuel just in case we went caution-free there, and we did. So I think I ended up with 2 laps to the good at the end. So I didn't get lucky, but I was thankful a caution didn't come out.
Yeah, I think a late race caution would have been catastrophic to a lot of drivers tonight.
Yeah, it would have. It definitely would have made it interesting. We all would have pitted, and here it doesn't matter how fast you are. Those first 5 to 8 laps, you can kind of draft each other and stay there. So it would have been interesting, but didn't have to deal with that.
Well, man, a great job. Obviously, a great start to the season. You're at a 66.6% win percentage, so great job. You're right where you wanted to be. Man, awesome win, awesome race, buddy.
Thank you. Let's keep it going.
Hey, here you go. He says that. I'm sure he will keep it going. Austin Roscoff was hoping for the late race caution. Didn't happen, but folks, tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, Home Motorsports is back. And don't forget, this race will be on YouTube tomorrow in beautiful 4K. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hope everybody had as much fun as we did. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 7:30. We will see you then. Have a great night, everybody.